So, final act in this section will be, as we welcome to the stage, Tumber.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, I'm Adam, and it does seem to be compulsory tonight to tell everyone where I've come from this evening. And it also... So yeah, it seems to be compulsory this evening to say where I seem to have come from. Come from East Leeds. I'm not originally from there, but now that I am there, I'm learning very quickly the difference between pal and pal. One of them means I want to be your friend. The other one means I'm going to see you in the car park afterwards with a tyre iron and I'm going to smash your knees in. I think you can probably guess which one usually comes up. But yeah, I feel like I'm getting on a bit now. I'm in my mid-30s, I'm getting nicely upholstered. My silhouette looks a bit like a bearded Alfred Hitchcock. And all of a sudden all these things have caught up with my life. I am married, I've got a couple of kids, and a few weeks ago we got a dog. So my wife did a lot of research, you know, what's the best kind of dog to get. I'm kind of going along with it because I'm thinking she's going to research it all, but she's not going to follow through with it. We're not going to get a dog. And give me a cheer who likes dogs. Yeah, most people like dogs, yeah. So I like German Shepherds. Nice big dog, you know, you can go out for a walk and you don't feel like a bit of a prat. My wife appears to have done her research based on the fact of finding the least macho name for a dog that you can possibly get. You know? So now we have a miniature Labradoodle. This thing's crazy. You know, I was sold on the idea of getting a dog as it's man's best friend. But no, apparently when they're puppies, they are just sociopathic destroying machines. Which means it fits in quite well with my 2-year-old. He sits there on the other side of the room looking at me with these blank, like emotionless eyes as well. It's like he's regarding me thinking, right, am I going to be nice to him? Am I going to go up to him and give him a nice tender massage with my 2 rows of needle-like teeth on his arm? Or do I want some puppy crack cocaine and go after his ankles? Fuck off! Get off! But... yeah, I'll throw that for a minute. But yeah, so puppy. Yeah, we got it because we wanted the kids to grow up with puppies. I do have a couple of kids, they're 2 and 6. It means I haven't slept for approximately 6 years. Bags under my eyes make me look a bit like the Emperor from Star Wars. But yeah, and the 2-year-old, we're almost out of this crazy bit where you don't get any sleep. But we still have the odd night where he's had you up 3 times since midnight and it gets to 5 AM. And in a semi-conscious state, you can just hear the patter of feet on the ground and you think, oh no. And then you look up and staring out of you, these demonic eyes out of this silhouette in the half-light. And just for a moment, just for that single moment, you think to yourself, would it be the worst thing if I hit him on the head, rolled him up in a carpet and threw him off a bridge? And of course you only think that for an instant, you know, you say, oh my god, I'm a human being, not a psychopath. And you think to yourself, I don't have any spare carpet. Not Jerry, you can. I love that one, that always delights me. But the one thing I don't get about kids is kids' TV, and they manage to suspend disbelief of the most crazy things. And the example I got is, before you use Postman Pat. Now, Postman Pat's been around, well, for a long time now. He was there when I was little. When I was little, he used to trundle around Greendale in his van, and maybe a sheep would get out and it would delay the mail, and there'd be some hijinks and amusing consequences. These days, he rides around in a fucking helicopter. Not just a normal off-the-shelf helicopter. It even has a special module built into it for the cat. It's no wonder the postal workers strike so often. Their future's being mortgaged to satisfy the delusions of grandeur of a rural mailman. But I think we all know how the Postman Pat story is going to end. In a hail of bullets, the day they tell him he's being replaced by a robot. He'll silently walk to the back of the van, take out his 12-inch shotgun, and go to town on the residents of Greendale. Where's your God now, Reverend Timms? Bang! That's for voting Brexit, Mrs. Goggins! Bang! Fuck off, Jess! Of course, I don't think that will probably get through the BBC censors, unfortunately. I think I'd probably have that one recorded and watch it a few times. But yeah, so I found myself becoming a lot angrier as I've got older, and I think that's probably to do with the kids. You know, it starts creeping in little things like integrated appliances in the kitchen. It's not an integrated appliance, it's a normal appliance that you've stuck a cupboard door on and charged double the markup on. But you know, well, the things that make me most angry these days seem to be politics. And yeah, the one that gets to me the most, and I'll keep the political bit short, Nigel Farage. Give me a cheer if you like Nigel Farage. Marvellous. I find his very existence to be quite offensive. Earlier on this year, he went on Piers Morgan's Life Stories. Now, how on earth can you go on a programme with Piers Morgan and it not be immediately obvious to the audience who the bigger cunt is? Sorry about this, I'm just trying to... I switched my order around as on the fly, so... Yeah... Sure. I'm going to leave you with one more story about my kids. Kids and technology now. It's everywhere. They have so much to get used to with it. And my oldest, now 6, he's probably about 2.5, 3 when he first discovered Siri. First thing he asked Siri, he was, and I'll just set the scene here, he was big into the film Toy Story at the time. So he asked Siri, show me a picture of a Woody. I swear to God, I have not moved so fast across the room. It felt like it was in slow motion, you know. You can imagine my relief when I wrestled the iPad off him and there was just a picture of a friendly-looking cowboy there. I just wish he'd kept his trousers on. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been a great audience. Thank you very much.